My name is Mathieu, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about 4 young adult contemporary fiction books. Let me start off by saying that 3 of these are part of the same series. We have Dumplin by Judy Murphy, Puddin by Judy Murphy, and Pumpkin by Judy Murphy. They're more like companion books to each other, but I did read Moxie in between them, so that makes discussing them a little bit more tricky. Moxie by Jennifer and Mathieu. But let me start with Dumplin by Judy Murphy. I actually started to read this. Now I've had this book on my TBR, my general TBR, for several years, but I started watching the movie on Netflix because, well, I really wanted to see the movie, and I really liked the trailer, and I think I had to have dinner on my own, and so I wanted something to watch. So I just started watching this movie, but because of my tiredness issues I had to stop and go to bed, because watching a movie in one go, that's a long time for me to concentrate and for my sensory, so I think I watched the first half an hour, and then stopped, and then the next day I started reading this book, and I did watch the rest of the movie, which I liked, and I really liked the book as well, and I also really liked the movie. It's interesting to see the differences between the two, reading and watching them so close together. So yeah, Dumplin is about Willowdean. She's a fat girl, and her mother, who is thin, slim, is a former beauty queen, and she's really involved with this pageant. The pageant is really important in their town, and well, here's the back. And so for several reasons Willowdean decides to apply for the pageant, a beauty pageant, but you know, she's fat, so she's not like a typical, like a stereotypical idea of beauty, if that kind of makes sense. There's also romance in this book involved with Beau, he's called, which has a bigger role in the book than in the movie. In the movie, romance is a slightly less, I mean, it's still there, but there's more about it in the book, if that makes sense, whereas the movie emphasizes also more the family stuff and friendship. And anyway, I really like this, and I really like the movie as well. I like the writing style of the author. This was my first book by Judy Murphy. Yeah, I really liked it. And then after I finished Dumplin, I started Puddin by Judy Murphy, which I also had, I already had all of these books on my general TBR. This is well, it says here they have the companion novel, but it does take place after the first book, but has different main characters. But I think I would recommend reading Dumplin first before reading Puddin. Millie Mitchellchuck, and it also stars Kelly Reyes. So there's 2 perspectives in this, whereas the previous book was just from Willowdean's perspective. Millie is also fat, and in the first book we meet both of these characters, but obviously we see the first book, Dumplin, from Willowdean's perspective, and in this book we follow these 2 characters, but you do see characters from the first book appear now and then as well. And yeah, I really like this one as well. Just trying to see what would be a spoiler or not. Yeah, I think it happens relatively in the book, so it doesn't. These 2 girls end up both having to work in the same at the same gym, Millie's uncle's gym. So they are forced to spend time together, even though they dislike each other. And yeah, I didn't really like Callie as much in the beginning, but she changes throughout the book, and she grew on me more. And I like Millie already from book 1. So yeah, anyway, I don't want to pull too much. Millie wants to be a journalist, and Kelly loves dancing. But yeah, stuff happens. I'm tired, and also spoilers. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one as well. And then the next book I read was Moxie, because I didn't feel like jumping into Pumpkin straight away. But just for the purpose of this video, I will talk about Pumpkin first, because that really makes more sense in the context of the whole series. So we have Pumpkin with a beautiful spine. Like, this is one of my favorite spines ever. How can you not like that? Right? Like, yeah. Anyway, so this is Pumpkin. This is a hardcover, because the paperback wasn't out yet at the time that I bought this, and I did really want to buy it, particularly with that spine. And this book is about Waylon. There's a whole long synopsis there. This again takes place after the first two books, but some of the characters from the first two books aren't here as well. But this character was not in the other two books. So Waylon is fat and gay, and he is very femme, and so basically, as a sort of joke, somebody nominates him for prom queen, and yeah, things kind of go on from there. I don't know how much to give away, but I really enjoyed this one as well. But yeah, after reading the first two books, I couldn't quite get into this one yet, so that's why I read Moxie, but we'll get to that. But yeah, in the end, when I was more in the mood for this, I really enjoyed this one as well. And it was nice seeing some of the characters again from the earlier books. So yeah, I did see online on Goodreads that the middle grade book Sweet Pea is also somehow connected to this series, but the connection itself would be a spoiler. But I don't have that one, so that's going on my wish list. And I'll probably get that. Well, by the time you watch this video, it'll be way into the future, because I've been reading a lot apparently the last few months, so at the moment have videos planned out for like a month from now, but I'm filming this now anyway. So yeah, I've been reading not as much in September, but I mean I've been reading a lot in like June, July, August, so that then I'm kind of making a lot of videos. Yeah, anyway. So it'll be a while till you see this, but I'll probably buy Sweet Pea for myself sometime soon. Although by the time you see this, I may have already done that. But anyway. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. And then we have Moxie, which is written by Mathieu. And I've had this book on my general TBR for a while as well. But then I was eating alone again, and I wanted something to watch, so I started to watch the Moxie movie. And after that I wanted to read the book. So that's what happened. Obviously I had finished the Dumplin movie before I started to watch the Moxie movie. But yeah, I really liked the Moxie movie, so then I picked up the book that I already had on my shelf anyway already. So, but sometimes it just happens that way. Here is the synopsis. This is a book about feminism. Basically, a teenage girl called Viv, not Vivian, but Viv, some stuff happens and she decides to make a feminist zine and leave it at her school to fight back. It was interesting seeing the differences between the book and the movie, because there are quite a few differences between the book and the movie. And in some cases, that makes a lot of sense, that they change things. In others, I guess less so, but anyway. Sorry, I liked the movie. I also liked the book. I didn't love this book, but I liked it. And yeah. So that was really all of the books in this video. I just really liked all of these. And I gave them all a 9 out of 10, I believe. Though in the cases of the 3 Dumplin books, because on Goodreads you have to round up or down if you give it 4.5 stars, which is a 9 out of 10. I gave the Dumplin books 5 out of 5 stars, and then the Moxie book a 4 out of 5 stars, which is how I had to round them off. But in my system I did give them all a 9 out of 10, although for Moxie I doubted between an 8 out of 10 and a 9 out of 10. Anyway, yeah, I enjoyed all of these. Now it is not quite the end yet of September, but almost. And there is one more book that I know I will finish this month, but I haven't finished it yet. So, because it's not actually the end of September yet, but I have to pre-film this. So, yeah. Yeah, you'll see the video next, I presume. Hopefully. Depends. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!